welcome to another edition of the Wonderbury podcast.
I'm Brian.
And I'm Dave.
You can find us online at wonderbury.com.
You can find me on YouTube and other social media networks at Open Darkwing.
You can find me on TikTok and also tiktok.com/wonderbury.
That's right. We got a tiki-talkie now.
We're talking.
We're ticking the talk. We're
Yep.
talking the tick.
We got 3 up. We'll get some more. They're coming.
Yep. Once I'm living in a house that isn't infected by the plague, I will be better at editing stuff. Dear Lord, it's a cycle.
Speaking of which, hey Dave, what was when you were in the Navy? What was your rank?
I was petty officer, second class.
Is that like above or below a lieutenant?
It is an enlisted rank. So lieutenant is part of the officer ranks. So well below.
Yeah. Oh. So what's right above a lieutenant?
Lieutenant commander?
A landlord.
I have a couple lieutenant friends that I might tell that one to.
I love it when Chris told me that he used the hang up joke in a meeting once.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, I love it when my jokes are the gift that keeps giving, because I laughed hysterically when he told me that, and I didn't even have to hear it. Like I giggled like a little schoolgirl. I was like, and I know it was amazing.
Oh, that is phenomenal.
So yeah, you tell your lieutenant friends that.
Yo, definitely.
And then let me know how it went.
Yeah. A landlord. Jesus. How was your week, Brian?
So, as our previously mentioned buddies, Chris's AI wrote in its biography about me, I am fiasco.
Now there is a tagline for an introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, I am fiasco.
Yep. So I had my vasectomy this week.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. How did yours go?
It went fairly well. Now, what kind did you have? Did you have the sutureless, like the little, like the no scalpel, no stitches one, or did you have a traditional?
I had no scalpel, no stitches.
Okay, so we did have both the same one then.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine went really well. I was a little sore, and I made the mistake of driving, and I went to a clinic in Huntington. So as soon as I got out, I had a 40-minute drive home.
Hold on. Did you go to
What?
Huntington? You keep talking. I got to look up something real quick.
Yeah. So I had a 40-minute drive home minutes after having a vasectomy.
And you did this in Huntington, Indiana?
Yeah.
Did you go to Edward Bodkin?
I went to... Jesus Christ.
You just remembered who that was, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Yep.
Although...
anybody feel free to pause and look that up.
The clinic I went to was Happy Dad Vasectomy Clinic. But yeah, no, it was, other than kind of sore discomfort that ice helped, it wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
How was yours?
So
Now, just to let everyone know, we have not talked about this since this happened. This was something we intentionally did not talk about. I'm not leading into anything. I honestly ask you, judging by his laughing, I'm about to get the story of my life.
So, he makes a little incision, and they put the little numbing on, they make a little incision, they go in, and he injects the tube with an anesthetic. And he goes, okay, now it might feel like the tube's cramping up. And I was like, well, that doesn't feel like anything. And then he does the right side, and I'm like, oh geez, yeah, oh wow, it's cramping for sure. And so then he comes back to the left side with his little clampy do thing, and I hear the little clamp down, and I just feel all the blood rush out of my face, and it felt like I got just repeatedly kicked into the balls
Oh
like
no.
10, 15, 20 times, all in a half a second. And I went, I don't feel so good. And like my face went flush. I started like cold sweating so bad. And I was like, I'm going to pass out. Like, I'm pretty sure I got those words out of my mouth. And he looks at me and goes, oh, cold sweats, huh? And he goes, and I go, yeah. And I'm trying to breathe. He goes, you got to remember to breathe. And I realized I wasn't remembering to breathe. I was just like,
Oh no.
and so he's like, okay. He gets the needle and he does more injection into the tube. And I'm just like panting and trying to breathe. And the nurse brings in a wet rag and puts on my head. I'm like, I need a drink of water. He's like, you can't have anything in your stomach. I'm like, oh fuck. I'm gonna just pass out and I'm not gonna get it done. So I'm laying there on the table, no pants on, no underwear on, my junk just hanging out, and he has to hold my legs up while I'm trying not to pass out. Like he has both of my legs holded up in the air. And I'm like, okay. I'm breathing. The pain, like that pain subsided. Really, like the anesthetic is working now. I'm okay. Like it still doesn't feel good. I'm still sweaty and clammy. Let's get on with it. And I'm laying there and I hear the machine going. Like the machine has like a buzzy noise, but also there's like a welding noise under it. And I'm like,
yep.
Oh, that's got to be the. Like this is terrible sound. Like I hate that sound.
That cauterizing laser, or that laser they use or whatever.
Yeah. And I'm like, you know what? In my shop, that sounds cool as shit. I love that sound. In my nutsack, not so much. So I'm laying there and he's on my left side. He moves around. He's on my right side. There's more zzz, 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 zzz. And he steps away. He goes, okay, so I got good news and I got bad news. I'm like, what? He goes, well, the good news is the left side's done.
Oh, no.
I'm like, okay. He goes, bad news is we got to do the right side yet. And I bet if I let you leave here, you're not coming back.
You're like, ding, got that one for you, Doc.
I was like, you were just on my right side. Weren't you doing my right side? I thought I felt the clamp. I was like, I can't really feel anything, but I thought I felt the clamping and the whole deal. I thought you did the whole deal. Like, oh my God. All right, let's do it, Doc. So he comes back around the right side, gets a little clampy do, squeezes down, and oh my God, it fucking throbbing pain, like get kicked in the balls 20 more times in a half second. And I go, ugh. He goes, oh, what's wrong? Yeah, oh, the anesthetic must have wore off. It had been long enough between the first shot and getting around to do the right side that the anesthetic had worn off. He goes to clamp down on the right side. I almost pass out again. We had to go through the whole fucking rigmarole. And shit. Like, he gives me 3 more shots of anesthetic in my right side. And then I have to wait there a second. I'm like, okay, he told me to remember to breathe. I'm breathing manual now. In, hold it, out. Jeez, am my heart beating? Do I have to control that? I'm like, I can't think. There's a blinding ass light right above my face. And he's like, okay, so I'm going to start. And I'm like, don't fucking tell me what's going on. Just fucking do it. Get it done. I want to be done. Like, just get it done and get me out of here. Let's talk about something else. How's the weather out? No, the weather's shitty too. I don't want to talk about that. Breathe it in. Hold it out. Like, okay, it's starting to numb. I'm like finally starting to calm back down again. And he's like, zzz, zzz, zzz. I'm like, ah, fuck that noise again. The beeping's going on. I'm like, God, this is intense. Like, I've done a lot of crazy shit, but this is intense. But overall, a 20-minute procedure took about an hour and a half.
Oof.
So
Oof.
I am a fiasco.
No kidding.
Yep.
How's the recovery been at least?
Not bad. Came home, laid up, put ice on it, just laid there for till the next morning.
Yeah.
Kept ice on it, kept it compressed, and he said because I didn't have such a good time, I had to take it extra easy, and I was like, oh, that fucking figures.
Oof. Yeah, mine, the recovery side, I was a little sore, but it wasn't terrible.
Yeah. I haven't really been sore, just kind of uncomfortable. Like if I go to like when I pee,
Yeah.
I'm like trying to move stuff around, I'm like, oh God. Golly.
It feels like when you've had a night of drinking and you don't have you're like dehydrated and you have to pee, and it kind of feels like it almost feels like it's like sludge and not liquid coming out.
Yeah.
It's
like,
that feeling all the time.
Yeah. I was like, not really burny, but not.
It's not burning. It's not real painful. It's just weirdly uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and being a boxer's guy, having to wear something that was tighter to support so they didn't flop around too much, that was different and weird.
Yeah, I'm usually full commando, so.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and then having to have everything strapped up all the time. It's been real awkward. But
Worth it.
it's worth it. It's done.
Absolutely worth it.
Yeah.
Don't have to worry about it anymore. Just letting it go.
Yep.
That's one hell of a week, though.
Yep. And this was after. You want the full fiasco of the vasectomy adventure?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I'd emailed my doctor, my regular doctor, back in March, I think. And I was like, hey, I want to get a vasectomy. What do I do? She's like, well, I'll recommend you to a doctor. She's like, who do you want? I was like, I don't really care. Somebody good. So I was like, that's, and I'm sitting here thinking like, that's your job. Like I ask you to go to somebody and you make the recommendation. Like, I don't really care. So she sent me to a place in Coldwater. I think we talked about this one. I don't remember if we talked about it on the podcast or not, but so I went to the place in Coldwater and went through my initial like checkup, like checkout thing. They're like, blah, blah, blah. Why do you want to do this? And do you have any problems? It's like, no, everything's fine. Okay, we'll schedule this day. And then she goes, and then your follow-up to be cleared will be November 17th. I was like, well, perfect. 18th's my birthday. If I'm cleared on the 17th, that means I get a heck of a party on the 18th.
Yeah. No.
So then, yeah. So, yeah, like a week or two later, they got to reschedule it. I was like, no. Don't. So they reschedule it. I change it in my calendar. I'm really good about keeping stuff in my calendar because I'm forgetful about stuff. So I'm really good about putting stuff in my calendar. So they reschedule it. I change it in my calendar. They call again, like 2 more weeks after that, reschedule it. I change it in my calendar. I go in on the right day and I'm 15 minutes late. I think I'm showing up 15 minutes early to my appointment, but I showed up 15 minutes late to the appointment because I had changed the time back to the first appointment and not the new appointment.
Oh
Or something
no.
somewhere along the line of all of the schedule changes.
You got a half an hour difference in the time.
Yep. So I got in there like, no, you're going to have to start the process over. You'll have to get a new recommendation from your doctor. And
you had to get a recommendation from your doctor?
Yeah. Well, I probably didn't have to, but I got it all covered with my insurance. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you went that route. I just paid out of pocket.
Yeah.
Because of our deductible at the time, it was going to cost me $30 more to just pay out of pocket.
Yeah, I don't have a deductible, so.
Yeah, well, see, there you go.
Yep.
We have a deductible, I think mostly because of the sheer amount of humans that are covered.
Yeah.
I mean, there's 6 of us covered versus 3.
Yeah, so I ended up, once I calmed down from being like absolutely irate at him for not even, I was like, I'm 15 minutes late. Like, I'd probably sit in the room for 15 minutes. Like, why don't you hustle me in there? And she's like, nope, you gotta call your doctor again. It's like, fine, whatever. So I went and once I calmed down from being irate, I went to do the Google review on him.
Yeah.
And there was one Google review that was like, oh, they're super nice, easy to work with. And then there was like 20 other reviews that were, their scheduling is awful and they reschedule stuff all the time.
Oh.
I'm like, oh, guess what my review is also going to say?
Vindication.
Yeah. Yeah. So then I, emailed my doctor back. I said, hey, had all sorts of scheduling issues as per apparently everybody at that place. Can you get me in somewhere else? So they got me in there, and yeah, only, 8 months later or so. Didn't get the procedure until after my birthday.
Ugh. But it's done.
Which means
you're scheduled to have a really good New Year's.
No, there's still the 12 to 16 week clear out period.
Oh, yeah. 12 to 16.
Yeah.
Did they give you the at-home test kit, or do you have to go in for testing?
I have to take it in.
Oh, really?
Yep.
I got like an at-home kit.
Huh.
So think of like a COVID test with semen.
Huh. Neat. I do have a microscope. I wonder if I could, how to, huh. Hey, Dave. you want to, should we, I have this idea for a video. You want to come help me out?
Absolutely. That would be a weird video, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Testing a home vasectomy kit.
I don't even have a home kit. I would just throw some. I'd throw some.
I'm definitely marking this video not suitable for kids in the YouTube when I upload it.
We'll put some on a slide and put it under the microscope.
Do like do it now and then do afterward to see if what difference there is.
Oh shit! I wish I'd have thought of that. I could have done one before.
We'll find someone else that's having a vasectomy. We'll go full microscope on them.
Yep. Okay, we need some samples.
Ay. Sounds like that was quite the adventure, though, for vasectomy.
Yep. That's why my AI biography says I am fiasco.
I am Fiasco.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that AI thing, and I thought about doing it or mess around with it to see what it would do for me, but I'm not 100% sure I want to figure that out. Who
I was
knows what it
surprised.
would do?
I thought I was being a smartass, and the turnaround time from Chris was ridiculously good. It was like less than a couple of minutes, and
It's
he had it.
what's the AI called for that one?
I don't know. I'm not even sure if he told us.
Because I know there was one that Linus Tech Tips and their podcast, The Land Show, they were talking about. And it is surprisingly good, as in they were testing to see if they could even like write a script based on in the style of Linus Tech Tips, and it was shockingly accurate. So they were talking about how joking that they've just replaced the entire writing team with AI.
Yeah, it's gonna go that way.
Eventually, I think the initial writing might be.
I remember reading an article like maybe 5 years ago about a CEO of an AI startup who was talking about, I'm pretty sure it was a she, but I don't remember at this time, but I'll refer to her as that. Anyway, or they. Anyways, they were talking about, they were creating this AI, and they thought it was hilarious that they were programming this AI to do their own duties as CEO. And they were just thinking like, oh, well, I'm going to lose my own job to my own work.
Oh.
And it's going to replace all of the top levels because that's what I did to it. I thought that was one of the most hilarious things.
Yeah, I think that there is some good use cases for AI doing stuff that humans do. I don't think it's the doom and gloom that everybody else seems to think it is. You know, there are a lot of jobs that automation or, you know, not necessarily AI, but machines and automation have taken over that do, you know, an exceptionally better job. And people have adapted and overcome. You know, I keep thinking of switchboard operators. You know, it's much more effective to let a computer and a machine deal with switchboard operating than the humans that were doing it before.
Yeah.
And so the idea of AI taking people's jobs, and, you know, that's, automation has always been taking over people's jobs. Nothing new in it. I don't think it's anything to be worried about.
Yeah.
But I don't also work in one of those industries, so I'm not going to doom and gloom that thing.
Yeah.
But, you know, we also used to have people that would, their entire job was to scrape horse shit off of roads because of all the horse and buggies. Cars eliminated that need.
Yep. Yeah, we're going to see things like long haul truck drivers disappear.
I think we'll see that to a small extent. I think that forecasting and scheduling might go to AI because analytics. I think a lot of analytics heavy jobs might get replaced, and it might be a good thing. You know, you never know what's going to end up happening.
Yeah.
You know, there's going to be some industries where people will just never trust a computer to do it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't know if I would ever trust an AI surgeon. But then again, 10, 15 years down the road, they might have a better record than current doctors and surgeons do. So I don't know. It's an interesting thought process.
Considering how my procedure went, I'd have probably rather had an AI do it.
Well, I don't know. Would an AI have known to stop and delay, or would AI have continued?
Would an AI have gotten the right amount of anesthetic into the tube, or gotten it into the right tube to begin with?
Was that the problem? Was that for sure the problem, or was it just you're one of those fucked up people that suck down anesthetic better?
We discussed that towards the end of it, and I was like, is it possible that I like metabolize stuff faster because I do take like when I have my cluster headaches, I do take crap tons of medications at a time, and maybe my body's just like, oh, here we go again, and it was just like, let's just start processing. Let's get it. Come on, it's coming in. It's coming in.
You know, that actually could be at least some of it.
Yeah. I think that was probably what happened on the right side. The left side, like, it didn't have any of the cramping like what the right side did. So I don't know if it was a miss or if it wasn't enough.
Yeah, I don't know.
I feel like the left side was a him thing and the right side was a me thing. That was kind of my feeling.
Yeah, I don't know. That's always an interesting. Who knows? Bodies are weird. Like I didn't feel. I felt like a tightness, but the tightness that I felt during the procedure was that almost dull throb 30 minutes after getting hit in the nuts. That's the worst that I felt.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, once the anesthetic was working, I didn't really feel anything. Although I was already like damn near passed out on the table, so
Yeah, you made it.
Yep. That could be a thing where we have, in the next 5 years, we have nanobots and we just live like, oh, here's your vasectomy pill, and we swallow a pill of nanobots, and it's, it's like, oh, go lay down in 20 minutes. And they've done the whole thing without ever having to open you up.
Before I got my vasectomy, I was doing a lot of research and trying to get on some of the trials for some of the male birth control.
Yeah.
And, I didn't get into those, but it was very interesting going through the research and applying for being a test subject. And, I would think I was just too far away from Chicago to get in on one of them. I can't remember which one it was. It was one of them. It was like an ejection in that would turn everything off, and then you could get another ejection to turn it back on type of a thing. I can't remember.
Yeah, I remember reading about that one.
What was it called?
I had looked at a handful of different options. Just decided this was the best route. But I'm also trying to get into all different trials for cluster headache stuff. So.
Oh yeah.
And then I was like, I don't want to get into something for that and have it conflict with something that I for sure won't need. For sure, I want to test out.
Here it is. It was the Vasagel male contraceptive that I was looking into.
Yeah, Vasagel.
Because that one looked like it was really good for being able to one of the reversal methods.
Yeah.
I mean, they're still working on stuff, but I won't be a part of it, I guess.
That's all right.
Yeah, I guess it is what it is.
Yeah.
It all done though. That's the key point. Everything is. You're fine now, right? There's no residual pain or.
No. As soon as I left, I went and laid down, had left ice on it, and I was pretty much just laid on the couch until the next morning. I just decided I was gonna take it extra easy, and that's how it was.
There we go. It's all good.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if we just get rid of this stupid colds that everybody has going on right now, everything would be fine. Also, if it wasn't getting warmer and colder like it has been, this has been the weirdest weather for being sick. It's terrible.
Yeah.
Nothing has any chance to get over anything.
Yeah, it's 50 degrees yesterday.
Yeah, when does that happen in the beginning of December?
Right? And then 37 today.
We've got 41 right now. But it's just, it doesn't help for anyone being sick.
Nope.
And then there's enough people in my house where people are kind of just getting sick or healthy and sick and healthy, and it's not everyone's getting hit at once, so it's just continuing as a chain. And as soon as some people get better, other people get sick, and then it all just kind of resets. It's just terrible.
Mm-hmm.
But such is life.
Yep.
I think for next week, I will have my update on phone and watch, because I'm still fighting with UPS to get my phone. It's not UPS's fault. That's not the problem at all. It's been well, the first time it was UPS's fault. So wife and I got new phones for Christmas, and I got the Pixel Watch, which I will say my initial reactions to it is it's awesome with really shitty battery life. But I think I've figured out my workarounds for the battery life. It doesn't burn up too much battery at night when I'm wearing it at night. Because I did want to check out the whole sleep tracking thing, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm wearing it at night. I get up in the morning, because I usually take my shower in the afternoons instead of in the morning.
Yeah.
So I get up in the morning, and as I'm getting dressed, teeth brushed, going to the bathroom, I throw it on the charger. So it goes from, to where it was. It doesn't take very long to charge at all, especially if it's not completely drained. So by the time I get, bathroom, teeth brushed, whatever I'm doing with my hair, just to kind of pull it back or whatever. And then, all that, I, go get my coffee, and then I go get my watch off. It's pretty much fully charged. And then it runs fairly well up until I take my shower. So I take it off when I'm in the shower, throw it on the charger. When I get out of the shower, dry off, get dressed, throw it back on, and it's good for the rest of the night, all night, till the morning routine. So like the 2 times that I really don't need to be wearing the watch, I throw it on the charger for both of those, and it's perfectly fine. I haven't noticed any problems with it at all.
Nice.
So I don't have like the experience of coming from one of the higher Galaxy watches or an Apple Watch. You know, I switched this thing from a Pebble. We're using my Kickstarter Pebble Time. So what I use watches for a lot is pretty much just a notification conduit to my phone, and that's all I've been able to use it for. So it does more than what I've been using a watch for so far. It's got the fitness stuff for Fitbit. It's got LTE as well as, you know, so I can connect it. I don't have to have my phone attached to it because I got it through T-Mobile. It does have NFC, so I can tap to pay with it.
Nice.
It's like, it feels more like a lot of people are saying it's a dumbed down smartwatch, which, like I said, I gotta go digging through and find out what it can't do still. But it's like, to me, like a souped up Fitbit as well. And because I already use Fitbit for other things, my scale is a Fitbit. You know, I've already got kind of an inroads into the ecosystem. It's not terrible. It's all Google, so.
Wait, your scale is a Fitbit?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, scale is a Fitbit. I did that just so I could kind of keep track of what was going on in Fitbit, because at the time the wife had a Fitbit. I had an actual Fitbit. They were older ones, but you know. But yeah, it wasn't it hasn't been bad so far. I just looked down because we're recording it's almost noon, and I've still got 88% battery life remaining after sleeping with it last night, throwing it on charge for me brushing my teeth and getting dressed. And I'm back up to 80. I still have 88%. So I don't think I'm going to end up having, you know, does it do the battery that my Pebble did? No. But the Pebble didn't do nearly anything that this thing is capable of. So, so far so good. I will have a week of wearing it in a little bit more detailed next week, and we'll talk about that and my Pixel 7 Pro, if I can manage to be home at the same time UPS shows up. Because that would be really nice to be able to get. We've just been missing each other. Oh, I was going to talk about that too, of how that came through. Apparently, when everything else got delivered, my phone had fallen down behind other boxes, and the driver couldn't find it at the time. So yeah, it's just been. It was a riot. It's been a fun 48 hours. And I'm already obsessively one of those people who obsessively check tracking anyway. Like, I'm bad, really, really bad about that.
Does your UPS have the like geolocation on their trucks?
Some of them do.
Some of them.
This particular truck does not.
Oh, fun.
Usually they turn that on kind of like the way Amazon does. At least Amazon here does, where they turn it on within like 10 stops.
Yeah. That's kind of how ours was.
Because otherwise I would go chase down the truck. Though I don't know how that would go over.
Yeah, it wouldn't. Like, no, it's delivered to address.
Like, look, here's my ID. It's got my address on it. God help me, please. But But then again, I just got to realize I have to have some patience.
Yeah, because it also, they have stuff organized in the truck by the route. So,
Oh, that's what they want you to think.
well,
It's a giant conspiracy.
I have a friend that worked there, and she packed the trucks and said she hated it because it was so complicated. And it is theoretically that's how it's supposed to be, but also sounds like it isn't always 100% correct. Like stuff
No,
should
it's
be piled
just
up.
I had 3 small boxes. I honestly believe that it fell down behind other boxes and he couldn't get to it because the boxes are further down the route.
Yeah. Yeah. Which that can happen, especially smaller phone size boxes.
The driver was very open and honest about it. I wasn't as happy as I should have been, but you know, it's also, you know, a $900 phone. And I don't trust most of the delivery companies anyway. I've gotten so much crap of things getting broken, things getting dinged up, that it's sitting, the longer that it sits in transit is the worst.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing good will happen for it just sitting in and running through the cycle. Nothing good can happen there. But, you know, it is what it is, I guess.
Yeah.
So yeah, next week I'll have a full review of how it all works together. Setting it up was geniusly easy. Just unlocked my phone, auto detected that I was hooking up a watch, and I mean that was the easy part.
Yeah, because doesn't it use the, what's it called, Smart Connect or whatever?
Yeah, just like our earbuds did.
Yeah. That's super smooth.
Yeah. I did not get the updated buds though.
I haven't either, but I've been shopping. I might end up getting some JBL ones.
I don't know. I might, my next set of headphones might be over the ear for a bit. Just a lot of stuff going in my ear canal.
Get sick of cleaning them out every 2 to 3 days.
Oh, it's terrible.
They would probably make a killing if they made a device that cleaned them.
Well, they used to have like the old school Apple ones, the ones that that didn't go in the ear canal, it just kind of sat in the ear.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why you can't get those anymore. Because those were fairly nice. I know the wife really likes them because, yeah, her ears end up hurting with the other ones.
Yeah.
Like going in the actual ear canals really messes with her ears. So trying to find earbuds for her, we're getting to the point where I'm going to start looking on AliExpress and buy them in bulk. Because, I mean, obviously, they're, you know, you get the cheap ones, they're not going to last very long, but no reputable company makes them anymore. Everything is like inside the ear canal now. And when that irritates and hurts people, there's nothing they can really do.
Yeah.
And don't even get started with the finding them for wireless. I mean, I had to buy a wired to wireless like receiver thing for her, just that she could use headphones with her phone.
Hold on.
Unless you've got a solution that I have not been able to find.
UE Fits.
UE Fits.
By Ultimate Ears.
Yeah, those still go inside the ear canal.
But when you get them in your ear, and you hit start in the app, and then they warm up and they shape to your ear canal.
I don't know. I'll see, but
I mean, it is
for someone
it is
who it gets, it's almost like a phobia of anything going in the ear canal. And I tell you right now, those things start in the ear canal. Just looking at the design, I don't think that would work.
Yeah, they look pretty nice, and they sound pretty amazing from what I've heard. I've never tried any, but
yeah, for $160, you can't just go try it.
Yeah, I do like the idea of how they form to your like ear shape.
Yeah, I just want that old Apple style of. I mean, that's what she loves. That it works for her. It's comfortable for her. I just don't know why that went away.
Are the wired Pixel buds still available?
I don't know.
Yes.
Yes, those are also in-ears.
They don't go in your ear canal though. They have a funny little loop, and I have these. That little loop of wire at the top, so it's kind of adjustable. So you kind of push that wire up.
That little bit there that goes in is what even though it's not a phony all the way in, because she has I have these are a lot like my OnePlus buds, because my OnePlus buds are shaped that way, and even those bugged the inside because it goes in enough in the ear canal that it triggered that phobic.
She's got to do over ears then.
So she's got to do well with what she's been using are. Hang on, let me see.
Because I don't feel like these really go that far yet.
They don't, but they're enough in that it triggers it. It is this style. Let me send you this over a Telegram real quick. Where'd you go? Here you are. It's this style is the only in-ears that she can use. And I've been trying to find those in a wireless for her for the longest time.
Oh, geez.
Yep. It's because they don't go anywhere inside the ear canal at all. And the problem is I'm trying to find what that is called. So that I can search for, because I someone out there has got to have a higher end of that, but they only go by whatever the style, the weird, whatever they call that.
Oh, God. I know what this is.
Because if I could find those in a wireless, like a really nice pair for her, oh, that would just make my entire decade.
Yeah, hold on. I've seen this. I've seen exactly what you want. Give me just a sec.
Yeah, not a problem at all.
You want what? Crap, that's not it. Never mind. I'll look off the podcast.
All right, yeah.
Because I know I've seen exactly what you want. I can't remember the name, but it's just the circle and it's flat and it doesn't have.
Yep, it's the typical old what we used to use in our in like the 90s.
Yeah,
that's like, or not 90s but 2000s.
And they're God, I mean the quality of them's god awful bad. But
well, comparatively, but she's using those that are like $5 on Amazon. So
yeah,
anything that I get is going to be better quality than that. She doesn't listen to like high fidelity music through it or anything like that. So I'm not, but you know, something nicer than what she's got, because they break all the time. And I know that eventually I'm not going to be able to find them. You know, when you're spending, you know, $3 to $5 a pair on Amazon because they're the cheapest things out there, there's got to be something in that style that's got better drivers. Even if it's like the Chinese knockoff hi-fis, like what I've got for my in-ears. Those KZNs that I had before.
Yeah. God, I wish I could remember.
Yeah, but now you know what I'm talking about for the style.
Yeah, like it's the old conventional style. You know,
Yep.
I almost feel like it was an old. I think it was a Sony design originally. Came with the Discman.
Yeah, I think it came with the Discman, and then Apple used that, and it came with every Apple device early on. Apple devices, like all of them, had that style.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, it's the fun bits of everyone's different. And that's kind of finding workarounds and finding solutions.
Mm-hmm.
It's what I try to do. It all works in the end, though. Yeah, next week I'll have an update on phone and watch. So far, I really like the watch. It's insanely comfortable. It's nice, small, lightweight. It looks gorgeous.
Yeah, they look amazing.
And it's round. And it doesn't stick up like all the renders. It looked like it was going to be like this giant dome. No, it's a lot flatter and flusher than I thought it was going to be.
Nice.
So.
And I will have an update on my Ting wireless electrical fire prevention device.
Now, what to the what? I think we skipped over something here, Brian.
Yeah, so I mentioned this in one of our chats, but I got a device through State Farm from a company called Ting, Ting, and it's a little box you plug into the wall, and it shows you like your voltage fluctuations, and supposedly can help detect whether there is some bad wiring in your house, and will help notify you if things are going wrong in your electrical system, so that you can hopefully prevent an electrical fire in your house.
Interesting.
Yep. So it has a 7-day learning time, and I got it plugged in yesterday, so hopefully by next week I'll have actual data from it.
Not bad.
I might know more about what it does. I was in the State Farm app, and it said, "Oh, you get a free smart fire prevention device." And I was like, "Smart, huh? What's the words after that? Whatever. Sign up." Free smart device, huh? Sign up button. Click. Yes, send me this. I'll check it out. So
let me have it. Oh, cool.
Yeah. So hopefully we both have some cool updates.
Yeah, some nice electronics. Till then, yeah. I hope everybody has a great weekend and a great week. Be safe out there.
Yeah.
We love you all.
Yeah. And look into getting a vasectomy. 50% of the research we did showed it's not too bad. So
Yeah, you know, we're 1.5 out of 2. See you guys next week.
Later.